Good afternoon, everyone. So I welcome you all once again to the English class, the class for written and spoken communication. And as you all remember, in the last class we learned dialogue writing. I have shared with you some of the dialogues that are just the samples of the dialogues that you have to write. I have told you what kind of dialogues can be asked. Uh, I have also shared with you the paper style of your final examination. So you know that you got to write one dialogue, one out of two, that is of 8 marks in exam, and then you have to also write a paragraph. So today we are going to learn how to write a paragraph. See, basically, a paragraph is an essay. It's not that it's something new to you. Rather, it is just one of those written functional writing that you have been doing right from your school days. So writing an essay is not a new thing to any one of us. But then today, I mean, in first year, we are supposed to do it in a more systematic way, in a more structural essay we believe in. So we are going to see how to write an essay. See, when I say paragraph writing, that means it is paragraph means an essay only. You have to write an essay. When you are asked the paragraph, you have to write only one paragraph, but that doesn't mean you have to complete it within one paragraph. You can write it in two, three, four paragraphs. That is absolutely fine, and it is absolutely fine if you write your essay in only one paragraph. But it should include all the points that a perfect essay is required to have. Okay, so today we are going to see how to write an essay. A basic essay consists of three main parts. See, basically, what is an essay? An essay is your views, your expressions, your opinions on a particular point, on a particular idea that has been given to you. Okay. Uh, so it is generally divided into three parts. That is introduction, then body, and conclusion. Uh, As far as the body of the as far as the body of the essay is concerned, it is generally divided into three body paragraphs, but it is not compulsory. Basically, an essay is, though not paragraph wise, idea wise, the essay is divided into three parts: introduction, middle, and conclusion. So, as we know, an introduction. The introduction guides the reader into your paper by grabbing attention and introducing the topic. So what is an introduction? So it is introducing the topic. It grabs the attention of the reader. The reader feels like reading the essay if his attention is grabbed into the introduction. So it should name the title and author of the piece and give a brief description of the plot of the piece. Obviously, you don't have to write your name, but then you have to begin your point. You have to start summarizing. You have to start introducing your point in the introduction. Okay, introduce your essay by having a hook. This is merely a catchy first sentence that will grab the reader's attention. This is a very good way of starting your essay. Having a hook. You can start your essay with a poetic line. You can start your essay with a quotation. You can start your essay with a wonderful statement that you have come across from some book. Okay, and with that, you can start your essay so that it can catch the attention of the audience at once, because the first impression is often the last impression. So rather, let us be interested into the very good first impression. So make sure to introduce your topic. Don't start it as if you are just supposed to complete it within certain sentences. No, you should begin your point. You should introduce your way. Provide a brief synopsis of what your topic is, and also remember to include your reference work. For example, you have quoted from some book, you have taken a line from some poetry. For example, you are writing an essay on the on love. Okay, for example, your poem sonnet 116, that is on love. Okay, so if you are in exam, you are supposed to write an essay on love. So you can write a poetic line that you have learned in the poem sonnet 116. So you can write, let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration. Fine. So you have quoted it from Shakespeare's work. So you have to give the name of the reference work that you have taken help of. If you start it with a poetic line, if you take a quotation from some piece of writing, you should give the name of the writer over there. So this is the rule. By rule, you have to do this. You can't, if you don't give the name of that person, that means you are kind of stealing. You are writing it on your behalf. You are saying that this has been written by you, which is wrong. This would be considered the case of plagiarism. Okay. Where the reader finds the thesis statement, what is that? It is the guidance to the entire essay. It is a statement that actually summarizes your entire essay. This is thesis statement, which is the guide to the entire essay. Okay. Remember to have a concluding sentence in your introduction. Okay. Also, introduction is concluded as if the point has been introduced and now you will be discussing the thing in detail. So introduction is also concluded. The thesis statement, you don't have to pay a lot of attention because you are not going to write a very long essay, but still let us know what is the thesis statement. A thesis statement is simply an argument that you are going to prove, that you want to say something. This is your point. That is your thesis statement. Uh, Body paragraph. Now, as I have already told you, you are not supposed to write three body paragraphs. You are not compelled to do that. If you write three paragraphs, that is very, very well and good, but it is not compulsory for you. You can write only one paragraph in middle part, that would be fine. In a basic five paragraph essay, there are three body paragraphs that all follow the same structure but discuss and prove different points. Each body paragraph should discuss one of the points in your thesis. So, generally, what is the rule to give a paragraph? A paragraph is generally about one point. So, you make one statement in one paragraph and then you try to prove your statement. So, you are trying to convince the reader that your point is right in that paragraph. Okay. So, each body paragraph needs a topic sentence. That is called the topic sentence. The topic sentence or topic point or proof. Be sure to use transition phrases to connect your ideas. What is transition phrases? See, overall you are writing three paragraphs, but all the three paragraphs should be connected with each other. This is called cohesion. This is called linking. All the paragraphs should be linked with each other. That is the transition phrases. So it is not that all three paragraphs have individual existence. No, they are interconnected. So you should connect them with each other, with some or other phrase or statement or sentence, and write a closing sentence and do this three times. So that would result into three paragraphs. How to write a paragraph? So generally in a paragraph, I'm not going to read all the things from this. Generally in a paragraph, there is a topic sentence. A full and complete paragraph consists of minimum 8 to 10 sentences, not longer than that, because then it would not look proper. See all the ideas that you have. It's a very good idea to write all those ideas in rough. Then you can arrange them systematically and then you can write essay on it. And then when you are writing it, you already have written all the things down in the rough. So you will be able to write only the points, only the things that are required when you are writing the essay. So be calculative while you are writing the paragraph because each paragraph should not be longer than 8 to 10 sentences. If it is so, in some cases it would be okay, but all the times if you do this, it would look very uh, uh, clumsy. It would look not systematic. It would look not arranged and a little unclear. So therefore, give a point or proof, give a point and then try to prove that point three times. Okay, and then after you have completed the middle part, try to conclude that you have completed the middle part, and then finally there is conclusion. Every paragraph or every essay should end with a conclusion. What is conclusion? You summarize your point, you restate your thesis, you you conclude by saying that you have proved what you wanted, what you said in the topic sentence. Any essay that is not, that does not have the concluding paragraph, that is not complete. It is wrong to end an essay without concluding. So the conclusion leaves the reader with a final thought and a sense of closure by resolving any ideas brought up in the essay. So this is the most important rule to conclude your essay. You cannot introduce anything that is not concluded. Now, how to begin? See, as I'm not reading from the site, but I have already told you, you should write your points, everything that you want to say, firstly in the rough. If you do this, you will be clear what are the overall statements that you would like to make, so that you can then structurally divide it into certain paragraphs, and then you should start writing. If you do this, you will be able to know that your paragraph, see, for example, often when we are writing a paragraph, after we have completed one or two points, I mean one or two paragraphs, again one more thing comes to our mind, but we cannot write it in the third paragraph, because in the third paragraph we are supposed to conclude the point. So, in order to express everything that is there in our mind, we should firstly be clear about the things that we want to say. Okay. So try to write all the points in a rough page and then start writing. These are some of the formal writing rules. See, you should not use the first or second person in an essay. It would be wrong. Do not use contractions. What are contractions? Can't, won't, don't, doesn't, they are contractions. Do not use cliches. Do not use difficult words, terminology, metaphors, or figures of speech in an essay. Avoid saying, in my opinion, and what I think is the essay will discuss. Avoid using a lot. Avoid redundancy and repetition. Don't repeat the things. Don't paraphrase them. एक ही एक बात बार बार मत कहो in essay. As I told you, try to be brief, try to be to the point, try to be specific when you are saying something in the paragraph. So see, paragraph is not about length, it is about ideas that you are putting forward. Be specific, do not use words such as things or many examples. Do not be vague. Vague means unclear. So don't move, don't run round and round the thing. Rather be straightforward. Be specific when you are saying something. Always type and double space. See, this would not apply to you because you are going to write a paragraph, you are going to write an essay in the exam. But then it should be properly written. It should be clearly written. It should be properly presented. Uh, I think these were some of the rules of how to write a paragraph. Now, I think we should also see the paragraph that I have shared with you on Classroom, Google Classroom. The, the essays or the paragraphs that I have shared with you, they are just samples. And in exam or in assignment, it is not compulsory that you will uh, get any one from them only. No, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है कि आपको इन्हीं essays में से कोई ऐसे पूछा जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ compulsory नहीं है. These are just samples. You can just take help of them to learn how to write an essay. That's it. You don't have to memorize them. You don't have to learn them by heart. Okay. I just wanted to tell you what kind of essays you should be prepared to write in exam. So first is the importance of celebrations in our life. Then solar energy, that is another is terrorism, irrational and inhumane. Advantages of vegetarianism, the importance of education, that's it. Uh, in the same way, that there are certain other points that you should also remember while you are writing an essay. I mean, that you should also prepare while you are preparing your paragraph. So the importance of education is given, the importance of sports in our life. Or you can be asked the question like, my ambition, my future plans, my dream for India in the next 10 years. This is actually there in your textbook only. My dream for India in the next 10 years, or India of my dream. That can be the point. Then the next can be corruption kills good governance. Corruption kills good governance. That can be the statement, and you have to write on it. Then there can be pollution. There can be uh, India and pollution, agriculture in India. Then from your textual thesis, if we relate your essays with your textual thesis, we can be asked a question like good manners, importance of good manners, importance of being good manners, uh, youth and manners. From both is the world, if you are asked a question like my future plans, my ambition, youth in India, the night train at Deoli, you can be from this essay you can be asked the points like uh, my first experience of visiting a zoo, my first experience of going to a new city, nature, love, friendship, books, our best friend, library, importance of libraries to students, for students. As far as the contemporary, sorry, yes, contemporary time is concerned, you can be asked a question like life in lockdown, life in the epidemic, importance of mental health, importance of being mentally healthy, how to keep away from negativity. These are some of the points that can be asked to you in the present year, because generally in essay you are asked uh, a topic. You are supposed to write on a topic that is related to the present timing. So you can be asked the topic that is related to your textbook. You can be asked a topic that is related to the present timing, etc. But there is no one rule to write the essay. Okay. Yeah, we have seen some of the examples so that you can get an idea how to write an essay, but that's it. There is no one particular rule how to write the essay. So with this, I think paragraph writing or essay writing is done. After paragraph writing and dialogue writing, there is only one point that is left, and that is how to write business email. So, business email or business letters, again, you will be supposed to write one letter or one email in exam. So how to write a business email. So before we see the actual examples of email, I'm going to tell you how to write the email. So generally, there are certain points that you should keep in mind while you are writing a good email. First is clarity. Try to be clear. Try to use simple language, correct grammar, correct sentences. Concise means brief or short sentences. Conciseness should be there. That means your email or your letter should not be very long or very vague. It should be clear. It should be simple. Uniqueness should be there. So concentrate on urgency, usefulness, and specificity of your essay. Try to be courteous. Don't use language that can harm someone's pride and someone's respect. Try to be careful in the use of language. Try to be formal in your tone. There should be formality in the tone. Generally, in the format of a letter, there is salutation means the address, respected sir or dear sir, an opening sentence. The sentence that begins your letter. This is with reference to your so and so. This is to bring to your kind attention so and so. Then message. Message means the main idea for which you have written the letter or mail. Then there is an ending. Ending means you summarize your point. You try to end your point. You try to end your letter. You try to summarize your letter. And a closing, or you can call it a complimentary close. That is yours faithfully, yours obediently, etc. Respectfully yours, etc. So these are the things you can read from the slide. These are the things about salutation. You can also use dear in a formal letter. It is absolutely fine to say dear sir or dear ma'am in a letter, and there is nothing informality, no informality in this. Opening sentence, you have understood that an opening sentence is a sentence that starts your letter. Why do you write in business, email in business? So to clarify something, to confirm something, to follow up on something, to let someone know about something, to answer a question, to ask a question, to thank someone for something, and then to update someone. So how your message should be. So it should be written in a courteous and direct language. It should be proper. It should be clear. It should be simple. It should be written in a language that is not full of terminology, so that others are confused. You will also need to pay careful attention to grammar, spelling, and punctuation, so that you present a professional image of yourself and your company. So these are some of the statements that you can make in your email. And I request you all to write these statements down in your notebook so that you can use them in your letter. And this is the ending. So generally we end the letter by summarizing what we were saying in the beginning or in the middle, and then we also thank them for their attention and patience to read the letter. So that is always the rule, to be very courteous and very thankful in the business conversation or business correspondence. In closing, we can use these words: best wishes, warm regards. These are generally written in informal letter, but in formal letter, sincerely yours or thank you, best wishes, cheers, etc. Cheers is used in informal letters. Sorry. So these are some of the rules of how to write a business email. And in your syllabus, you have inquiry letter and order letter. So now I'm going to show you how to write inquiry letter and order letter. An inquiry letter is a letter that is written to make an inquiry. In your supplementary book, there are samples of inquiry and order letter. So an inquiry letter is an inquiry that you make. In a business, you often make inquiry to know about something. So what is it making an inquiry? To ask about something. For example, you want to buy the raw material. So for that you make inquiry. So in inquiry, there are generally there are generally questions. How to write an inquiry letter? So generally, you start the inquiry letter with introduction of yourself, who you are. So these are some of the statements that you can make. After introducing yourself, you can tell them how you know them, how you came to know about them. So firstly, you should introduce yourself. Then you should tell them how you know them. Then you should ask for catalog, price list, or sample. So then in inquiry, you ask for catalog book, you ask for price list, you ask them to send you the samples of the things which you would like to inspect so that you can place an order in future. You can also ask them about the setting, suggesting terms, then methods of payment and discounts. And finally, you close the letter by saying, we look forward to receiving your early reply, or we wish to see your reply. We would be grateful for an early reply. This is a sample of an inquiry letter. You don't have to write addresses in exam. It is not compulsory to write addresses in exam. It would be fine if you write it, but it is not compulsory. You can read from this. The letter starts with Dear Sir or Ma'am. Then we have learned your company's name from the Trade magazine, the Best Business World. We would like to have you. We would like to have. We would like please. We would like to have a long-standing relationship with your company. We would be grateful if you could send us some samples of the vitamin, Vietnamese white rice long grain. So here you are asking for samples. We would also appreciate your letting us have full information regarding FOB OC. So this is the inquiry. If the price offered are competitive and the quality is of the standard we required, we shall place large orders with you in future. We look forward to receiving samples and quotations from you soon. So as you can see in this, here there is firstly the introduction of the person who has written the letter, then there is inquiry regarding the sample, and then there is closing where early reply has been asked for. And we look forward to receiving samples and quotations from you soon. Yours faithfully. That's the end of the letter. This is another letter that you can see. For your references, you can take a picture of this letter and you can read it later on. In your supplementary book also there are examples of inquiry letters. So it is not that you don't have examples or you don't have samples of inquiry letters. Okay, so this was the inquiry letter. Then there would be a reply to the inquiry letter where you will be replying to the person who had made an inquiry, where you will be telling them that the price list or samples or catalog book that he was asking for has been sent with the letter. That would be the reply to the inquiry letter. And finally would come the order letter where you were quite satisfied with the inquiry, so now you would like to place an order. So in order letter, what do? You place an order. So that is the order letter. So these are the points in order letter. Reference to a source of information. So generally there is a reference to the inquiry letter in an order letter. Then there is the list of goods to be ordered. The quantity, quality, price, catalog number, everything that has been that is to be ordered, all these things have to be told. Details of delivery and payment are to be discussed, and an order number is to be discussed. So this is the, how to begin. This is the opening paragraph. So we have received your letter of so and so date. So this is the clear reference to the inquiry letter. We are obliged to have your quotation. So this is a reference to the reply to the inquiry letter. You can also say we thank you for your letter of so and so date. We have received your quotation. We have received your letter as satisfactory. Then describing the method of payment. Then you can describe the method of payment or invoice or bill or receipt. And finally you close the paragraph. After the opening statement, you place an order. Along with placing the order, you also describe the method of payment, and finally you conclude the order by saying that you wish to receive the order soon. So this is a sample of order letter. See, it is a very simple and short order letter. Again, for order letter, you will be getting samples from your supplementary book. Here, the table has been made to place an order. Uh, So with this, I think I have told you how to write letters. I would suggest to buy your textbook so that you can get the samples of letters, business letters from your textbook. In your textbook, there are so many samples of inquiries, replies to inquiries, and order letters. So whenever you get the live class, you can ask me if you have any question regarding the letters. Okay, so I would end the lecture for now. And with this, I think there are 3 points in functional writing: dialogue writing, paragraph writing, and letter writing. All 3 points have been discussed in the class. If you have any question, you can ask me in the live class. Thank you.